Why not tell the brand new incoming administration, no matter how you may feel about that administration, maybe there was some love lost, we don't know, that they might have a problem with somebody with a job so important like Michael Flynn? Why wouldn't you not just brief them, give them a homemade heads up?
Yeah. Well, remember, at this point, the FBI has the inside. They have decided to close the investigation. We know two more things that happened. We know that they do not talk to the FBI's boss, the acting Attorney General of the United States. They call Sally Yates on the morning they are sending the agents over to interview Michael Flynn. She has concerns about it. She thinks this is highly inappropriate, which it was. And they said, sorry, we can't recall them. They're already in the complex on their way to interview him. Second of all, they interview him, and in those interviews, they write their notes. Two agents are always in those interviews. They then take their notes and take them and compile them into what's called a 302, a document that sort of is the summary of the investigation. They're supposed to do that within a matter of days. We know that 5 weeks later, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page, who was not in the interview, are still continuing to edit the 302. We know from the government's filing in the Flynn case, the original notes are missing. The original 302 is missing. All we have is something that was constructed weeks afterwards by Lisa Page and Peter Strzok, both of whom should have been disqualified for having anything to do with this, because of their hostility to the incoming administration. And she was not entitled to rewrite the 302. She was not one of the officers, one of the agents who was interviewing Michael Flynn.
This is so much context and perspective from somebody who has been in a White House. So you're talking about routines being broken, rules being broken. Before we quickly scoot to the next topic, I need a quick answer on this from you, Karl. At this point, why tell Susan Rice to write an email to herself? Now you have a trail. Now you have a dateline of things. What does that accomplish?
Well, the counsel obviously wanted to put something in the record that said that President Obama told Comey to act by the rules, and that this was coming from Comey, not from the president. This was clearly a CYA email. And look, I'm glad she wrote it, because we now know that James Comey, director of the FBI, was further abusing his position by either not telling the President of the United States what he was doing and that the investigation had been closed, or if he had, we now need to hear from Mr. Comey that he did tell the President that the investigation was going to be shut down in December, and he was trying to keep it going. I mean, who was Comey misleading the President of the United States? Was the President of the United States aware that Comey was acting as a rogue person without having told his boss what he was trying to do? And did he know that they had not routinely briefed the new incoming president on this counterintelligence investigation?